Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! Yes. In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode, the international break is so nearly over, and so it's time for a new segment. Welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm joined in a virtual room filled with some lions. I've got Ollie, I've got Berth. Chris is busy up in that positivity, so he's just taking a little rest today. It's the Friday show on a Thursday, of course. I'm looking to.
Day, isn't he?
He's having a spa day. He's having the cucumbers on the eyes. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm
I
going
want
to turn
everyone to imagine Chris in a steam room.
Oh my word! Right, well,
Getting hot here.
Woo, hello. Right, I'm going to just ask the question. I'm going to both of you get to go. But what are you looking forward to this weekend, Ollie? Come on.
I've
heard rumours.
I can't wait. This best be good, Ollie, because you said this off air, and it best be good now.
Yeah,
I've got high hopes.
It is pretty good, actually. I am taking my wife to Bratislava this weekend.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Okay.
So
Just a quick question.
Wow.
Does your wife know she's going there, or is it like a surprise thing, or
no, I'm fully kidnapping. No, yeah. She knows.
Okay.
She knows.
That's good then.
She knows. Yeah, we're going over the weekend because it's going to be her birthday soon. So that's what we're going for. And yeah, so I've actually got a thing at the weekend for once.
I'm blown away, and now I'm quickly looking at Slovakian football games that are on this weekend that you might be watching. None of them.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Well, Saturday, tomorrow. Well, Saturday at 7:30 our time. The top of the table, Slovan Bratislava, are taking on a team that I'm not going to pronounce because I'll butcher it. So, Burp, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
Well, as soon as we're doing a Friday show on a Thursday, I've actually got a highlight for Friday. Which is it's a bit against the grain, but I'm getting my tattoo finished on my chest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's getting completely finished. So, it's going to be 3 hours of pain and blood and hurt. But I'm a warrior and I will get through it and hopefully it'll look class, and it always does. So, yeah, that's my highlight of the weekend.
Fucking so it reminds me of Dak Prescott, who's the Cowboys quarterback. He had a tattoo done and he sat for 11 hours, but he was sedated for them. Which I thought was...
all right, okay.
I could be mistaken here.
What is woke nonsense? We're not doing this. I'm sorry.
Well, he did.
Oh,
I can't fault. It's the truth. 11 hours for his leg.
I dare I say it's pussy behaviour.
Now, hold on a minute. Hold on. I could be wrong here, so please stop me if I am. I think I'm the only one on this podcast that has a tattoo. And multiple tattoos on my head.
I'm not going to disagree there because, I am the most indecisive person. I have a little tattoo folder on my computer where I put in ideas that I wanted, and I have a rule: if in 3 months I still like it, I'll get it. And I've got so many. I've got so many. I look at.
He's still got none.
Yeah, because they all look so shit in hindsight.
What I will tell you, just a little insider here and a little spoiler for you. Anything more than 4 hours is unbearable. And I will say that you feel terrible after a tattoo, you bleed, it's really painful. It's not a nice experience. It looks great after, but those 4 hours, 3 hours, if you have more than anything than 6, then you're a lunatic, if I may add. It is not a nice experience, if I'm honest. So 11 hours is ridiculous. That is just too much.
That's why people do things in multiple sessions, don't they? If you're gonna go for it for a full 11 hours, do it properly, like a real man.
Yeah.
Right. For me, the Seahawks are at the Patriots. That means we're up, and I'm excited for a reason.
Big game.
Not because it's a rematch of Super Bowl 49, which I don't talk about. It's the fact that it's on the East Coast, which is a 6 p.m. kickoff for us. So I'm a happy hawk. I actually get to watch the game at a respectable time. I'm very happy.
I think Mikey, by the way, you need to give me and Chris football teams to support.
Didn't you have the Buccaneers? I'm
No,
sure you
I definitely
okay.
didn't have the Buccaneers.
No, neither of you can choose the Chiefs. Listeners, let them have a good idea. Put together your heads.
I like the Vikings. Maybe I'll go with them.
Hey, I'm all for Vikings. That's all good. That's all good.
That's true.
But, yeah. Oh, well, you're the Minnesota United team, so Minnesota Vikings.
That would work. Yeah, all right.
There we go.
Big love to Minnesota. Yeah.
Listeners can choose for Chris and Berth. Chris, if you want to make him moan all the time, just pick him Carolina. No, New York Giants. He would moan then. Oh my word. Anyway, I'm also doing some carrot cake cookies, and I suppose someone's going to say, "What about the football?" Well, maybe the North London derby. I might watch it. I won't. I probably won't.
London is blue, though. Remember that. London is blue.
Yeah, it will be always. But even better than that, we got news. Oh, let's check out what the news that you may have missed in the elevator of Chelsea news. Chelsea have held talks over leaving Stamford Bridge and moving to Earl's Court as they seek a resolution to their plans for a bigger stadium. Earl's Court naturally denied any talks that took place. David Datro Fofana's move to AEK Athens collapsed, like our fanbase's hopes and dreams when we see Sanchez starting goal again. Todd Bowley and his camp made a concerted effort to keep Pochettino after qualifying for Europe, while Egbali was the one pushing for Poch's exit, as he didn't feel he effectively fit into the structure at Stamford Bridge. Mauricio Pochettino is now the new manager of the USMNT, so we're no longer paying him. And finally, a mother asked her son if he would go shopping with her. He declined, saying that he had other things to do. 2 hours later, his mother met Lionel Messi and De Paul at the store and sent a photo over. I absolutely love that. Oh my word.
That serves you right for not spending time with
exactly.
your mum.
You fucked up big time. You fucked up. Sorry, you fucked up.
And you deserve that too.
I've only got one small bit of news, and that's because it's something to do with predictions. So is there anything you guys want to discuss before we move to our main seg?
Not really. We could talk about the stadium thing, but the thing is nothing's going to be solved or sorted or decided on that for ages. So we're just kind of talking over the same points we've all made in the past already. So I don't know how valuable that is to the listeners.
I reread the Athletic article on the whole transfer, the whole stadium move thing, and it literally is still they're not taking the piss here. It is the same news as it was all those months. Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
nothing. It blows my mind that it's still.
The news is there is no news until there isn't. So.
And how the hell are you going to agree to a stadium decision when you can't agree with, what coffee to have in the canteen? Because our owners clearly don't like each other, and it's kind of one of them. I mean, the stadium factor, it would make more sense. I want everyone to hear me out before listeners get their pitchforks. It would make more financial sense and logistical to move to Earl's Court. However, you have history. You have everything with Stamford Bridge, and that's not because our pod has bridge at the end of it. No, it's just genuinely you grow up.
You can't rename us.
No, you
right?
grow up. you grow up.
That's so true.
I think that's the connection that the fact, because a lot of newer fans may not get it yet, but a lot of football fans, they're through families, their fathers, their grandfathers, their mothers, their grandmothers went to the stadium. They watch the team. They have traditions. They go to the local pub or whatever, get the paper from the local shop. It doesn't matter. It's all in one package, and they have memories, and they've seen players like Hazard. They've seen Zola, Good Johnson. That was a strange one I added in there, but you get the idea. You've seen so many iconic names at Stamford Bridge. And
Happy Jillaboji.
Yeah. But the thing is that it's more. It means so much because of everything that goes with it. So as much as I understand why Earl's Court's there, it would suck so much. It's like
on top of it all, at the court pod sounds fucking shit.
Yeah.
So we're not going to
I still stand by that Arsenal has never been the same since they left Highbury. I stand by that because
they're doing all right now.
I don't.
Yeah, but to be fair though, Highbury's is true Barker's era, isn't it? Like proper Barker's that. Proper Barclays.
That's a Barclays Stadium for sure.
Yeah.
It is a Barclays Stadium.
Right. We do have, before we move, we do have a developing story. I get to use the drop. Oh, yes. Because an update has been provided to me by Molly on Instagram that my prediction of a player performing a goal celebration related to the Paris 2024 games, where I said possibly breakdancing or the Turkish shooter, has been confirmed as something that has indeed happened this season. Because Nicholas Jackson against Crystal Palace celebrated his goal by doing that exact pose the Turkish shooter did. I can't believe I'm 2 for 2.
Fair
2
play.
for 2. Do
you know what? We all said initially, we were like, what was that? And then right after we stopped recording, we went, oh.
Yeah, we did. We did realise after, to be fair. We did realise after. But shout out to Molly for being on the case.
Yeah. I got the Instagram message and was like, what? What did I miss there? Oh, it did. Oh, yeah. So it shows that I don't really pay attention to goal celebrations as I used to. But hey, we all learned. We all learned there. But thank you, Molly, for pointing that out. It's much appreciated. As I can't remember who it was on the Discord that pointed out about the Carney Chukwemeka and aliens thing. So yeah,
we got some devoted people in the fan base, man. They really like to
100%
to dive deep on stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
Right. It's time for a brand new segment that might catch on. I hope it does, because in less than a month we have another international break. So we need something here. I know.
I forgot about the second international break. You saying that crushed my soul.
I heard there's one in December. I heard
surely not.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is.
I'm going to check this.
Surely
if there is, I cannot be a part of this anymore.
Wait, 2024. Guys.
If I have to watch one fucking shit Nations League game, I'm going to lose my
next 2 international breaks are the 7th to the 15th of October. And then the 11th to the 19th of November.
Oh, fuck off. There's no football for like 2 months, man.
It's insane.
Good football anyway. Oh, man. You're sort of like, I'll stick on Armenia, Finland because it's on, Like,
I enjoyed the 2 Denmark games. So, yeah. Anyway. Introducing.
What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
Wow.
What's more likely?
You're outdoing yourself every week, Mikey, by the way.
That was aggressively 90s.
I might have borrowed that from Rich Eisen's show, but we'll move on quickly. Right. So, basically, we bring 2 scenarios to the table, listener, and the rest of the team just has to decide which one's the better chance of actually happening. So, you got Chelsea's top 4 hopes to maybe some Premier League surprises. We'll just tackle everything that could or couldn't unfold this season. And we even have a special guest. That's you, listener. Yeah, because you sent in a good fair few to us, which I love you for it, but it also made mine look absolutely shit. So you've really done well. So look, who wants to go first?
Do we let the listeners go first?
Yeah, give them the flowers.
Okay. Super TNT 6610 has asked, what's more likely, Enzo Fernandez to stop playing or Enzo Maresca being sacked?
Maresca being sacked. It's got to be.
I think it's Maresca being sacked. The sporting directors have hung their hat on the midfield, haven't they? Like, if Enzo stops playing, they're cooked, aren't they?
It depends if you can get to the game, because he can't drive now. So
he
bit of shade there on Enzo.
He got the driving ban. He did the decisions.
It's his problem. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
He's had a summer. He's not had any positives from the summer, but that's his own fault. It's his own fault. Yeah. Right. I'm going to Ollie. What's more likely here?
I've got a really good one for my first one. I was thinking about this myself, and I genuinely am struggling to come up with an answer. All right, so this one's both sort of semi-Chelsea related, but one was definitely Chelsea related. Records, right? Ooh. So, which record effectively is more likely to be beaten? Right, you've got Chelsea's 15-goal defense record in a Premier League season.
Okay.
Or you've got Jose Mourinho's 150 games at home in a row without losing from 2002 to 2011. So, which of those is more likely to be broken?
I mean, Liverpool have conceded none in 3. So based on that logic, they're going 0 all season. I don't know actually.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
I think because if I'm not mistaken, that's not just Mourinho at Chelsea. It's
No, that's across 4 different clubs. So like it's 9 years at home.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, and don't get me wrong. I think that's an incredible record. And to be fair, I'll let you pull through there because that's an incredible question. I just think that 15 goals in a season is ridiculous. I don't think anyone's ever going to come close to that. I really don't.
Has anyone? That's actually a good question. I'm not actually sure on both those records where that like the closest attempt that was like the closest next attempt came from. So it'd be interesting to know which was closer. But yeah, it's a really, really tough one.
It is a tough one.
I think you're right, Berth. I think I just can't see any team conceding fewer than 15 goals.
Arsenal, 1998 to 99, they conceded 17.
Yeah, so you're going back 30 years before
you are
the
right
next closest to 10.
Man United got 22 in 07-08, and then Liverpool 25.
It's not that close, is it? I just think that surely that can't be beaten. But a manager would have to go on a truly, truly special career run. For it to happen. A decade long, more or less.
I mean, even Guardiola hasn't managed that.
No, so it would take someone big, someone as big as Jose, which I don't know.
You say that though,
I don't know if anyone is.
Guardiola hasn't done it. Arteta hasn't done it. Klopp hasn't done it. Wenger hasn't done it. Alex Ferguson hasn't done it. All the big managers abroad haven't done it. So it's impossible. It seems impossible.
You know why?
But then so does the 15 goal a season one.
You're right, but you could see the 9-year thing, right? Well, look, the home record that can be broken in one instance.
That's got to be top 5 leagues, by the way. You like that, you can't be like, my mate who manages the Dog and Pheasant hasn't lost in 40 years. But
that's the thing. I think because you could lose that at any game, the 15 goal one makes more sense.
I think that's true because you have one bad game and it's basically
screwed.
done.
It's over. You're done. Yeah, that's real. I bloody love that. I'm going to throw my really silly one in, and it was Chelsea win any trophy or GTA 6 is released.
Oh, well, we know for a fact GTA 6 will be released.
Yeah.
We are also in 4 trophies right now. We were in the Conference League. We're in the FA Cup League.
Yeah, but none of them are guaranteed.
Do you mean this season? Do you mean this year?
No.
Do you mean
whatever?
Which is more likely?
Ever?
Which is more likely?
Ever GTA 6?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You think that's going to be released first?
Yeah.
Oh, which one's going to happen first?
Yeah, basically.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Yeah, I do.
I think we're more likely to win the League Cup. I don't know why I think that.
It could happen. That's quite a good one. That could go either way.
Yeah, I just for some reason could see us winning the League Cup but bottling the Conference League, and it would just be the most weirdest, bizarre season ever. And I don't even know if that's success then, because it's still.
You know what would be funny is if we isn't there which cup is it? Is it if you win it and you don't get Europe, you get the Conference League? Is that the League Cup?
Probably.
Yeah, so it'd be funny if we lost the League Cup final. No, sorry, lost the Conference League final, won the League Cup, and then finished outside of Europe. So we got to do the whole thing again.
Got to do it again. Right, Berth, what about you?
Mine's just a random one. It's not even that good of a question, but I thought about it earlier. It made me think, who's going to play more? Benoit Badiashile or Axel Disasi?
Disasi. It's got to be. But then again, wasn't he frozen out?
Do you know what? No, that's difficult because Disasi will probably play in a lot of the Conference League.
But I think Disasi will play as a right back.
Badiashile is closer to the first team. But I don't think that actually helps him in who plays more games.
I'd say that Disasi's more likely. He can't be in the bomb squad, as they call him, because 2 days ago, I've just typed his name into Google and it says he had a Chelsea... he has a piece on Chelsea where he's talking about his journey to the club. So clearly he's in the season.
He played against Servette, didn't he?
Yeah, so...
But that's as a right back, though. So if Reece James is fit, and fair enough, he might be out of the team.
It's not about a position, is it? It's just about...
But is he going to get over Gusto? Is he going to get over the other 2 centre-backs? Is Badiashile more...
Well, in the Conference League, he may well, if we're like you said, we're in a lot of competitions this season.
But would you rather have Badiashile there than Disasi?
No. if I could be totally frank, bro, I wouldn't want either of them.
This is my point. This is the point I'm trying to make. They're both kind of as bad as one another. So who's the best one to play? Who would you rather play?
Disassi.
I don't know.
No, do you know what it is? Disassi has more. Disassi has more utility. Badiashile is
He only
better.
has more utility right because he can play it right back. On the ball, Badiashile is better. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at who would
in the
be
style
more.
that we're trying to play, Disassi does not really fit very well.
I just would. I've based on everything I've seen Disassi do. I'd rather go to the pub with him. I think that's basically it because he jumped into the crowd.
I like Disassi to be fair. I think he's a good centre back. That game against Man City.
That's not the question, but
he's also the oldest player at the club now, other than.
Oh my god, that's awful to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We'll snake it round, and I'll go with what's more likely here: that Chelsea this season make the FA Cup final, or fail to make the Conference League final. Oh. Ooh. We've sucked before and got to the FA Cup final.
You know what?
That.
I think it's more likely that we don't make the Conference League final.
I think we'll get cocky.
Because in a knockout game against teams that you've never heard of, you can sort of sit off.
Yeah.
And the wrong team on the wrong day will pick you off and pick you apart. And we know that our players aren't really up for the Conference League, and we know that when the goal goes in against them, their heads will drop. They could easily have a fixture over 2 legs where we get knocked out by a team who's much worse than us in the Conference League. In the FA Cup, I think we know what to expect, but I don't think us winning it is more likely than us throwing away the Conference League.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Fiorentina are probably the next best team on paper after us, and they've drawn all their games so far.
We should be beating them, shouldn't we?
We should, but we didn't beat Servette in the second leg. That's the worry.
That's very true.
Like for me, what's more likely? I think that
that's what I mean.
Make the Conference League.
In the Conference League, I think we're more likely to throw it away than we are to get to the final of the FA Cup. I think.
Yeah. Berth's thinking. He's thinking.
Berth's had a long think about this. What you got?
Honestly, I genuinely think you're more likely to get to the FA Cup final than go out of the Conference League.
Wow. Okay.
That's a lot of faith.
That's the point of this discussion.
Because
that's a lot of faith in the player.
I think our squad's too good and too big, and better than anyone in the competition to even fair enough. We lost to the other day. I think a lot of that would partly down to just being like statistical about things.
It being like a qualifier.
Yeah, I think we just sort of fast. I think when it comes to competition,
I mean, like they're not. We've seen like that. It's not going to get more exciting for them. They're going to like Kazakhstan or wherever.
I think the thing
we've
is,
just seen that's been announced.
Yes. I think the thing is, every club that plays Chelsea, this is their FA Cup, their Champions League final sort of style, because they're playing Chelsea. It doesn't matter if we're good or not, whether we're what we were or whatever. It's the fact that they're playing Chelsea, and that will be seen as a major scalp.
Yeah, it's the biggest. It'll be the biggest game of a lot of these clubs' history.
Yeah, 100%. That's the thing, and that's the worry for me, where I think I could see us easily tanking, because we'll just go, we'll beat this lot, and they're like, we're going to beat this lot.
That's what I mean. The wrong team on the wrong day, they'll pick you off.
Yeah, Ollie, what's yours?
All right, this is a bit more of a goofy one. So what's more likely? Scenario A, Mikhailo Mudryk grows a functioning frontal lobe.
What?
Because his brain doesn't work. Or Bedad Egbali's cranium grows so large in size that he regularly starts to topple over in public, and it's very embarrassing.
I tell you what, I will go on record here, and I've said this numerous podcasts. Whenever Chris isn't here, this podcast goes absolutely mental. What on earth have you just said?
What?
I think it explains itself.
Half the words you've just said, I do not understand. I'm from Birmingham. I don't know what you've just said.
So is Mudryk going to grow a brain, or is Egbali's head going to grow so big that he falls over?
This is where you need, because when Chris isn't on the show, he's just sat there.
It annoys me, you know.
Yeah, he's just sat there going, I don't like this show
Chris,
anymore.
wherever he is, just shivered like he's like.
Yeah.
I genuinely do not know how to answer this.
Well, on that note, I will move to what's more likely here? Who keeps more clean sheets for Chelsea in all competitions, Sanchez or Jorgensen?
To be honest with you, they're both shit. So I don't know.
No, they're not.
They
No,
are.
they're not. No, they're not. No. Jorgensen, 100%.
It's the
100%.
He's coming for you.
If Jorgensen's in goal, I'm like, okay. If I see Sanchez, I'm like,
Okay,
there's a
so
mistake here.
on a genuine, like, real point, I think Jorgensen will probably play more cup games like the Conference League, Carabao Cup.
Well, we're getting knocked out of that early, aren't we?
Well, no, I don't think so. So therefore, he's probably going to end up playing games against lesser competition, with all respect. So I think he could be aware that he could probably keep more clean sheets. Sanchez is going to play more in the Premier League. He's going to be on the more there. And when you're up against Man City's, Liverpool's, Arsenal's, they'll put you to the sword. Whereas if you're playing a team like, I don't know, Dundalk or like St Patrick's, whatever, that it's just like Noah. You're playing someone who created a boat, for God's sake. I mean, come on, so
if they beat us now, you deserve all you get. I have not slagged off any of those teams, and you've just.
I'm still calling it. If we play them, the score's going to finish 2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Dear. Berth, what's another one of yours?
So who's going to score more goals in the Premier League this season? And this is genuine, Ollie Watkins or Nicholas Jackson. Now, I only say that, right? I only say that because Ollie Watkins hasn't started that well this Premier League season. Jackson obviously has. Duran's pushing Watkins at the minute, starting for Villa. So,
that's going to be what it is. I think it's a question of competition. Yeah. Jackson doesn't have any.
No,
not really.
That is bloody true.
And Watkins really does in a very talented boy in Duran. So, that he's going to be pushing him this season. Whether that then pushes him on to be even better, I don't know. Or, similarly, if Jackson knows, if Jackson is the only one if he knows he's the only one who's really seeing any proper minutes here, then does he get complacent? Do his performances drop off? Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. I think I would lean towards Watkins just because he's proven it at the highest level. I think he's just got the pedigree to have proven it. He might fall off this season, but Jackson has yet to do it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I will drop in my silly one now. What's more likely here, team? Mikhailo Mudryk finally finding his form, or Chelsea fans creating a GoFundMe to build the stadium?
I like how all our silly ones involve Mudryk.
hey, after this week, I thought this was stupid. I wrote this on like Monday, and after all the stadium stuff came out, I'm sort of like, this could happen. I didn't think anything about it could happen.
Low key could be the stadium.
He can build a stadium.
No, I think on that one you got to give it Mudryk.
I'm going with the GoFundMe.
I have to think Mudryk. I think Mudryk because he'll play again, like Jorgensen. He'll play in the games against the lesser teams.
I said finding form. I didn't say he'd have a good game. He's got to find form. He's got to be consistent.
I think he will in the Conference League, if I'm honest. I think he would.
The only thing he's been consistent with on this show has been on the losers list, and we need to sort it. And then I saw today that apparently he's been given till January or he's being sold. I'm like, first of all, you got to find a buyer, and second, that's a very big ultimatum. Like January, no one buys big in January. Well, we did.
Except us.
Yeah, we can't sell him to us. Well,
it's so funny because everyone always goes, nobody does X. That would be stupid. And it's just a list of all the things Chelsea have ever done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ollie, have you got any others?
Yeah, I got two more. One's thought-provoking, the other one's a bit goofy. But so we'll go for the serious one first. What's more likely? Cole Palmer outscores the entire Chelsea squad put together this season across all competitions, or Cole Palmer wins more than 15 Man of the Match awards this season.
The Man of the Match one. I think the Man of the Match one.
15 Man of the Match awards is
but for him to outscore the whole Chelsea team combined, did you say? Or
he did that last season.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sorry.
More or less.
15 Man of the Matches across all competitions. I think that one. I just think
I want to know like how many Man of the Matches did Hazard get in, because you can't just be the best player for your team. You've got to be the best player on the pitch.
But he normally is. He normally is.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. So you go back to someone like Hazard, who regularly got Man of the Matches for us. I think he has the most in Premier League history. I would like to know how many did he have in a season. That'd be interesting.
Technically, he didn't do it because Cole Palmer got a total of 25 last year. Jackson and Sterling got 17 and 10. So straight away, that's a loss.
Yeah, so there we
Okay,
go.
fair enough.
There we go.
All right, what if we said 20? What if we say it was 20 man of the match awards?
Oh,
You got 25 last season.
Well, he's still not going to outscore the whole Chelsea team, is he?
I don't think he's going to outscore the. I don't see Cole because if Cole
He
Palmer
could go ballistic. You never know.
Cole Palmer got 25.
Nobody
total
expected him to do
goals.
what he did last season.
Yeah, but he only scored 22. Was it 22 goals? I mean, only 22 goals in the Premier League.
He got 22 in the Premier League, and then Jackson got 14, and Sterling
You
got
were
8.
also you're also maybe you're thinking about this from the wrong angle. What
Go
if
on.
we have a horrible season?
Are you suggesting that? Well,
What
suggesting-
if Palmer scores like 12 goals and that still is the case?
What are you saying? Does he outscore everybody or everyone combined? As in, you add all the goals up?
You got to add them all up, yeah. Or you could do it individual, but like I think he's much more likely to do it individual.
I think he'll be our top scorer.
I think he'll be a top scorer as well. I don't think he'll be as far off as it was last year. I think Jackson and Kunku will be up there as well.
I guess the question is, I suppose, does he get better or worse this
I don't
season?
think he'll get worse.
It'd be interesting
I don't
to
think
see
he'll get
that.
worse.
It's hard to see him be worse, I think.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to hear my last one?
What's your final one?
It's a great one.
God.
This one. What is more likely? Chris experiencing joy, or you finding a better podcast that can find you a better price on a bag of high quality topsoil?
Oh, Chris Joy. It's got to be, hasn't it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Everyone's there going, this is great. No one's listening to this on 2 times speed.
I'll be honest.
Maybe even half speed.
You boys don't know Chris as well as I do, so I don't think he'll ever find joy.
Joy. Chris, Joy.
It annoys me, you know.
Yeah, all right.
I hope he listens to
I've
this
known him
episode.
for a good
will.
8-9 years now, and I don't think I've ever seen him smile. So
I'll go through my quick one. I had what's more likely, finally, Chelsea finishing above Spurs this season or below Man United.
ooh, I think Man U are. I
Above?
think Man U are gone. I do think Man U are gone. I don't think.
Yeah, we're way more likely to finish above Spurs than we
I'll
are
take
below
it.
United.
Happy days.
Yeah,
Birthday.
Spurs are pretty put together, but you know we're only a few points off them last season. Like we're not a million miles off them, and United are a circus. So
Yeah. Berth, have you got any others left?
my last one is very, very stupid and silly as well, to be honest with you. But hey, it's been
worried.
a theme.
go on.
Who's likely to look better with hair out of all the bold managers?
Oh, no.
I really like that. That's really good.
Well, Enzo's had
No.
hair. We've seen Enzo. We've seen Guardiola with hair as well.
I was going to say Guardiola. I think if you gave him like some real luscious, long flowing locks, I think he would look great. You got to put the hair on now.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche.
As-
Sean
in, like, in his
Dyche.
50s.
I'm going with
I
Dyche.
think.
Oh, Sean Dyche Mohawk.
Yeah.
Sean
Yeah.
Dyche Mohawk.
I
100%.
think if Ten Hag had a bit of hair, gave him a bit of a skin fade, I think he'd look way better.
Ten Hag. Oh, bloody hell. That kept him in
Who's
his
going to
job.
who's going to sort Ten Hag out with a skin fade?
God, this pod has
On
been
Slot. We've left
this
Slot.
pod.
How have we left Slot
No, this
out?
pod's been off the rails tonight. Ever since Chris has been
Oh, it
here.
always is. Always is. Oh, dear. Oh. Moving to the listeners, we've got Arctimix with what's more likely? Chris to become an Enzo fan or Ollie to have an interesting weekend? Well, we've already blown it out of the water.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it's me
You've got
having
an interesting weekend.
Listen,
I'll be
a
honest.
stop clock is right twice a day.
I
Saying.
would have said Ollie anyway. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm never seeing
yeah.
Chris smile. Once Chris has it about someone, it's gone.
Uh,
He's not Roy Keane. He is
I
not
mean-
Roy Keane.
There's a theme
I
today.
picked the wrong moment to have an interesting weekend, didn't I?
You did. There is a theme with it. Listen to this next one. J Stone 812. What's more likely? Mudryk gets a hat trick or Chelsea finish in the top 3?
Chelsea finished top 3.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so as well.
Oh, I think that, yeah.
And
I
then
I can't see him having one like ridiculous rogue masterclass performance. It just won't happen. There.
and then finally Chris B with a bloody brilliant what's more likely that I don't know how to answer. Mike buys a Mudryk shirt. Ollie buys a João Felix shirt. Berth buys a Dewsbury Hall shirt. or Chris buys an Enzo shirt,
Ooh.
I am not buying a Mudryk shirt.
You know what?
Ain't
Actually,
happening.
other than not the one podcast where I did absolutely slight Dewsbury Hall, saying he's the worst player I've ever seen. I actually didn't mind Dewsbury Hall. So
What?
That's the most football fan thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Also, this one time I absolutely desecrated him and his entire
We'd,
family legacy
yeah,
in front of the whole internet. He was all right.
I'll probably go. I'll probably go myself and Dewsbury Hall.
We would like
Yeah.
to announce here that Berth is secretly Rory Jennings in his spare time with his flip-flop opinions.
And also, if Dewsbury Hall or Michael Mudryk are listening to this podcast, I'd like to apologise straight away.
I'm not buying his shirt. I'm not buying that shirt.
Do you know what? You could probably convince me to buy a João Felix shirt if he had a good season. You could probably convince.
I think Chris would be here and he'd say, look, I would buy an Enzo shirt if he plays
Enzo
well.
could score a hat-trick in every game for the next 6 months and Chris wouldn't buy an Enzo.
I will go back to it. There is absolutely no way on this earth that Chris will change his mind on Enzo Fernandez now.
He's too committed.
He is too committed. The fans love him for it as well.
I feel I'll have to ask him on Monday. We will. Right, with that, thank you, first of all. Thank you for sending those in. So we appreciate that because, yeah, it was awesome. It was enjoyable.
I enjoyed that, yeah.
Off the rails.
Well, we can do it again in the next 2,000 international breaks.
Right.
What will happen before Christmas?
We get to move to the line of the week because the weekend's here. We take on Bournemouth. Who are you choosing? As I have not a clue. By the way, I referred to this before we went on air, or maybe we were on air. I don't know. Romeo Lavia and Reece James were not pictured in training. Yay!
I've got my line anyway.
Go
It's
on.
big
Go
old,
on, Berth, who is it?
big old Keenan Dewsbury Hall, KDH himself, big fan, number
Wow.
one fan. I'm joking. I'm not going to go for him. I'm
wrote
going to
it
go
in.
for. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. No, don't put him in. I'm going to go for Cole Palmer. I'll go Cole Palmer.
Okay.
Fair.
The wheel went with Tosin.
No, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with someone who I hope plays. Achiampong.
Do you think he'll play?
That's crazy.
We've only got Disassi to play right back at the moment. He could come on.
Well,
We're a functional back three. He plays centre back, right centre back, as well as right back. I think he can do it.
I like
It's
your
only
optimism,
Bournemouth.
Ali.
Fuck me.
Oh, God, why did you have to say it's only Bournemouth now?
I know.
I
I'm
actually
gonna keep
hate that
eating
you've
those
just
words.
said that. That's going to be
Come on,
clipped.
come on, lad. That's a tiny tin pot little club. How bad could it be?
I'm scared.
We never beat Bournemouth either. We never beat Bournemouth.
They've lost their star striker. You know.
No, we're screwed now. I just saw that the wheel has picked Jorgensen twice and Tosin twice. That's an interesting hill it's choosing.
So who gets the wheel? Is it Chris who gets the wheel? Seeing as
No.
the
Wheel is
listeners get the
sentient
wheel.
now. It is sentient.
The listeners get the wheel. So you guys picked Jorgensen. So unlucky because he's. Sorry, no, they picked Tosin, didn't they?
Who do I pick? You know what? I haven't picked him this season, so I'm going to go Madueke. I haven't picked him this season, and that's. Has anyone?
Played well when he came on the other day. To be fair,
How has he never been? I'm looking
You know
for
what?
our track
No,
record.
do you know what?
No
I've
one
decided-
picks him.
I'm sorry, I'm going to change mine.
Ali,
I don't
no.
think-
Okay, just changing the rules.
No.
Oh, you mean not allowed to change one? I thought while we're still on air, we can change.
Yeah, go on then.
I listen. You're going to like this.
Oh no.
João Felix.
Oh fuck's sake.
Well,
he knows. I know what you're doing there. Just getting people on. No.
He could. You never know. He's probably going to play.
Yeah, well, that is very agreed. I agree there. Right.
It's only Bournemouth.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing? Stop it. You're cursing it. No. Right. Christmas questions. I have 2 questions. And I'll start with G Payne, who asked, few people claim Madueke is... a few people. Sorry, I didn't put the A in. That's important here. A few people claim Madueke is Chelsea's new Salah. Give your thoughts.
Palmer's our Salah.
Look, yeah, I wondered when I read this what the new Salah statement meant. Does it mean that he will be sold and then flourish elsewhere and then return
No, I
with
think it just
Arsenal and score
means.
30?
I just think it means prolific goal scorer from the right.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I still think Palmer fits better anyway.
I mean, if he becomes Liverpool's version of Salah at Chelsea, that'd be fucking phenomenal. I did chuckle though, because when I was looking up Madueke and how other fans, what they were saying about him, I read that a lot of people going, "Oh, he's so one-footed," and I thought he didn't seem that one-footed against Wolves. I don't know whether is he only ever two-footed when he plays in a city that he just despises?
I actually think that's not a bad question to ask, actually, but I don't think he's anywhere near Salah. I don't think anyone could get the goals that he could have done Palmer. But I think Madueke...
Stylistically, they kind of play a bit similar.
I disagree. I think Madueke is more like Mane than Salah. I think that's a good comparison to make.
That's
and
fair.
That's something you could...
Properly wants to beat his man 1v1.
And
I can see that.
Mane's left-footed as well. Mane was left-footed, weren't he? Was he? I don't know. Maybe.
I think he was,
He's good with both feet, to be fair, but he reminds me of Mane, to be fair. So that's probably the better comparison.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna make an allegory to them, I would say Palmer is your Salah and Mane is your Madueke.
Okay. Right. Finally, on the pod twice here, Arctimix dropped in to ask a question for the pod. Following the Barclays man trend on Twitter this week, who are Chelsea's best Barclays man players and who in today's squad should be most fitting for that title?
Right. I'm not going to say that we invented this. But remember him is basically this. Like it's the same concept. Basically going, remember this old player? How good were they? Like that's the whole premise, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think one of the most Barclays men Chelsea players ever, I would say, is Idager Johnson.
Yes. I would agree with that. I think that's a good shout.
Damien Duff as well.
Damien Duff's also a very good shout. I'll throw another name in there. Solomon Kalou.
Yeah, that's a Barclays man.
You know what? First player that came to my mind when I saw that question, and annoyingly they picked it as well, and I was like, we're good wavelength here, and that was Alex. Because
I was thinking Alex.
Do you know what? There's one that's a little bit later, but I feel like he embodies the Barclaysman spirit. Loic Remy.
Oh
yes, Loic Remy's a good shout, and I'll tell you another one that doesn't get his just due as well. Aletti. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Just reminds me.
Dan Paulescu, is he a Barclays man? Maybe.
I think too early. I think for Barclays.
Probably a bit early for him.
I think a bit too early, but I like it. I do like it.
I mean, for me, Alex was a free kick master. I thought like a lightning strike, and he goes by only one name. And for me, I was like, yeah, Alex. But the one name I'd like to throw in, and it's a bit of a wild card entry, but Gus Hiddink. Now, I know he didn't play, but he, to me, is like the ultimate caretaker manager. He's like the Tom Cruise parachute manager. Flies in, steadies the ship, wins something, smokes a cigar. And I'd also argue he's probably one of our most underrated managers too. Because he literally...
my most successful ever.
He had a shit show of a team to come into, and then he just went FA Cup.
Both times as well. The second time it wasn't as good, but the first time he
that
really
was surreal.
Delivered. He is a Barclays man for sure.
I'll tell you, there's two names as well that we seemingly forgot, and I think have to be in there for Barclays. One is Nicholas Anelka because he played for like Bolton, Chelsea, a lot of teams. Another one that never ever gets mentioned but should be in there, Florent Malouda. Has to be Florent Malouda.
What about Enrique Hilario?
No, shut up. Shut up.
I think based on what players based on who we have now, I would probably say Renato Vega. He would give that. I could see him
like a Barclays man energy now.
Yeah,
you need a cult hero. You need a cult hero, don't you?
Jackson. It's Jackson for sure.
Yeah, but he's good. Well, then again, those players are very good as well. So most
of the Barclays men were like people talk about Balassi and I don't know other players like him, as a Barclaysman.
Do they?
They're good players, man.
Balassi. Yeah. Oh, Balassi. I was thinking of another player. I was like, Yannick Balassi. Oh yeah, Yannick Balassi.
Yeah, remember him? He was good.
I think, right, I honestly think Malo Gusto as
I was
cool hero.
Yeah.
Like, just never gets his just dues.
Do you know what?
Malo
Gusto, he got that dog in him, for sure.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. And to something that is also incredible, I am queuing up the sound drop.
Ooh, you're here.
I was here last week as well, Ollie.
That was my way of buying time because I couldn't find it. So, Lone Army Carousel, game of categories. We have a ranking board. I don't know who's in it.
Chris is ahead at the moment.
Chris was very far ahead, if I'm honest. But that's not the point. The point is the category today, in the theme of the North London derby, is Arsenal, because Arsenal have been home to some brilliant players during the Premier League era. But I want you to name the 30 players that they've used the most in the Premier League.
The most in the Premier League?
The Premier League.
Wow.
And I'm going to go to the man who, this is apparently his game, Berth.
Oh, I think I could be out straight away.
There's
Most in the
30
Premier
names,
League.
but come on now.
In the whole of the Premier League?
Yes.
David Seaman's got to be one, surely. Got to go keepers.
325 appearances.
Yes.
Surely Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry had 258 appearances.
I was going to say, surely, right?
10.
I'm trying to think of old. Tony Adams?
Tony Adams, 255.
Bergkamp.
Dennis, 315.
Ooh, right now. Here we go. I'm going to go for Martin Keown.
Martin Keown, 310.
It's a bit of a rogue. No, I'm not going to go with the rogue one yet. Patrick Vieira.
Patrick Vieira, safest bet, 279.
What
I was
about,
like, why would I do that when I've got a better one?
here's a rogue one. I'm going to go for it. Ray Parlour.
Ray Parlour, 333.
Ian Wright.
Ian Wright, 191.
A bit lower. He's on there, though.
Right. Who else we got here? I know for Jens Lehmann, and I think that could be.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
dear. Bertha's missed it. He's missed an open goal here.
No.
Ollie can get a tap in. He just needs to
Ooh.
name an Arsenal player.
Okay. I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil.
Mesut Ozil, 184 appearances.
How
Oh,
has Ozil made more than Jens Lehmann?
You know what? I'm going to look up Jens Lehmann's Premier League appearances, and you're all going to go, oh, dear. I mean, he's got... I mean, I'd love you to
Unlucky,
name
Berth.
some.
You've been bested by ball knowledge.
He had 148 appearances in the Premier League. It's not enough.
He just missed out.
And how many did Ozil have?
180 something, didn't he?
184.
It wasn't far. Yeah.
So you could have had, and I'll go with them all, Aaron Ramsey, 262. Bakary Sanya, 213.
I was going to say Sanya. He was my next one.
Saka, 173. Cesc Fabregas, 212. Freddie Ljungberg, 216. Gal Clichy, 187. Gilberto Silva, 170. Granit Xhaka, 225. Hector Bellerin, 183. Kolo Toure, 226. Laurent Koscielny, 255. Lee Dixon, 305. Mathieu Flamini at 168. Nacho Monreal at 187. Nigel Winterburn at 270. Olivier Giroud at 180. Robert Pires at 189. Van Persie at 194. Steve Bold at 175. Theo Walcott at 270. And this name, the last one, is a shock because I thought he was literally always injured. But 170 times he played.
What's for Marlon?
Thomas Rosicky.
Oh.
Wow.
I remember him
Yeah,
just
he's a
being
Barclays
injured.
man.
He is. I couldn't.
I just don't think that Jens Lehmann was the worst shout there. I thought, you know what, he's
Do you know
gotta
what?
be in
Do you know what
there.
my risky one was? Because he wasn't on there. It would have been wrong. Per Mertesacker.
Ooh,
Wow.
I wonder how many he made.
He must have done quite a few. He was there a while.
I'm going to look that up.
That
gotta
was
be
well
about-
in there.
It's
That
got to
was
be
well
about
in their banter
150.
era.
Gotta be
They
about
were so
150
shit.
odd, innit?
They were so
156.
shit when he was
So I
there.
told you.
When he was there,
156.
centre back, they were so bad. He was the slowest centre back on the planet.
Oh dear. Right, we'll do a quick hazards headliners because I wrote it up, so I've put the effort in. Right, the clues. Number 1, the player started his youth career at Southampton before being released at age 16.
Is
He
it Theo
won-
Walcott?
No. He wasn't
Ollie's
released
out then.
at
Ollie's out.
16.
Ollie's got to be out for that. I think
No,
Ollie's
it's
won.
out for
not.
that.
We just guess until we get it.
He won Newport County's Player of the Year in 2017-18. He has played with, at club level, Victor Gyökeres, Ivan Toney, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
He plays for Newport now.
No, he won Newport County Player of the Year in 2017-2018.
So he played with Aubameyang, Gyökeres, and who else was it? Sorry.
Ivan Toney.
That's annoying though, because they've all played for.
You're going to hate this
Yeah.
next one.
Lower
He
league
scored
clubs.
twice in Arsenal's 5-0 win over Chelsea this calendar year.
Oh,
Twice.
Oh, it's surely Kai
Hang
Havertz
on.
scored twice. Who's the one? It's not Ben White, is it? Ben White scored twice, didn't he?
The
Yeah, and he
fifth
was at
clue-
Brighton with Gyökeres, maybe.
The fifth clue was he's a defender because it is Ben White because he told.
Yeah, come on.
For the record, he played Gyökeres at Brighton, Ivan Toney at Peterborough, and Arsenal with Aubameyang. And he
Do you
wasn't.
know what? It's so weird that like all these like well-known footballers and stuff, they're all mates. They all know each other. They all grew up together. Like it's so strange.
I'll say he's in the news because he apparently told Lee Carsley not to contact him about playing for England. And we can also exclusively reveal that all of us here have also tried to contact Lee about not playing for England.
If anyone has a tanning bed business in London, your rates are gonna go up. All right.
Hey, look. However, I'm going to make it clear. Look, I am available for a Denmark call. Look, Morten Vikhorst, call me up. Call me, please. I don't know what I'll do. Call me. You need a striker. I can probably run.
Or just call him for a chat. Like, if you want to
Just
chat
call
with him,
me. Yeah, call me.
Call
Come
them
on
some
the pod.
names. You know?
Oh dear. Right, listeners, we're at the end of another episode. Chris will be back Monday where everything will be calm and normal and we'll have beaten Bournemouth and everything will be happy. Maybe. Chris will be back though. That's one certain. Chelsea making you happy over the weekend, less certain. But treat yourself well because we will be back on that Monday. So till then, that'll be us signing off. You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.